Hello everyone, my name is Vivian. I'm from 4th period yearbook, and I'm kind of doing a crash course video of how to work the program we're using for the yearbook. And I know I'm going to go over the basic things and things that you should already know, but I'm going to go ahead and do this so you can double check in case I don't know why you forget how to do it or you just can't remember. So this is the example I was using, practicing actually. And I'm gonna go ahead and just adjust the tab and headline for this video. I'm going to do more videos, of course, later on as the year goes by, and I will do a specific video on how to do our page numbers for this. So let's get started. For the tab, you already know that there's three elements to it: the image box, the solid color box, and the text. For this example, I will do a student life page. So you're going to get the image box. You get it from this blue thing. And it should be 5 by 5. 5, 5. This doesn't want to listen to me, apparently. And always make sure you're clicked on whatever element you want so you can get on the format tab and change whatever you need. If you don't, you're just gonna get a white blank space like that, right? And since I'm doing a student life page as an example, we're gonna use the color set for that. The color will depend what category your page is under on. So the image box should have a 3-point stroke, and for student life it will be robust weight. We also need now for the solid color box, it will be, the standard is 3 picas wide. If it's just one line, let's say I have maybe avid for your page. So I'm just going to keep this wave and make sure your image box stroke matches the color of your solid color box. And you'll know which colors are used when you try to pick a color. So if you get two different colors, you better double check that. For your tab at least. So it should look something like this. And like I said, the standard is 3 picas wide if it's just one line. If it's 2 lines, then it will be 4 picas. For example, let's say I have foreign exchange and SWAT, which will take 2 lines. So here's my text. Let's see that. And make sure when you're typing down the text for your tab, it is in caps. We want that in caps. Go ahead and center it, and the font you will be always using for your tab is AYT austere. Yeah. And since it's 2 lines, you want to go down by 18. Let me stretch that out. There should never be a tab with 3 lines. If there is, you may need to stretch it out. The length of it will depend how long your word is. Let's move that down a little bit. Make sure this is on its side. Let's zoom in. There we go. Let's go ahead and flush that to the side. Yeah, as you can see, it's still pretty big. So let's widen this length a little bit. Still a little big. That's it. And if you have really good eyes, you can kind of see it's not exactly centered. So under the format, after you click on your text element, you can go under spacing line and change the lining of that. So it looks a little more centered like that. And make sure the color of it is white. and it's going to be white throughout. If I will catch you if it's black and give you a reminder that, hey, this text needs to be white on the tab. By the way, I'm also sorry if I seem rude when I leave notes on your page. So this is what the tab should look like. Now, if you're working on a page that that only has one line, let's say avid, and you don't necessarily need that much space, then this will be 3 picas wide. Go ahead and flush that to the side too. This lets me. There we go. And you don't necessarily need it to be that long. I say 12 would be the standard. And go ahead and fix the lining of that too. I think it looks pretty centered. Always ask for a second pair of eyes and a third pair of eyes. You don't think that's centered. I think 12 picas long is a little bit too long. I'd say maybe 11 or 10 or 11 will do. Actually, 10 is pretty short. I'd say 11 would be centered enough. Will be long enough, I mean, to make it look nice. And it kind of helps to have your text box at least a pica less than the solid color. How long am I going? 7 minutes, okay. Headline and the subheadlines are not, there's not much to go over. You just click on the text box and you make whatever headline you want it to be for your page. Let's say, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power for my Avid headline. And we have a list of fonts you can choose from. Decorate it however you like it to. Make it as big as you want to. But don't make your headline too big where it takes up most of the space. I've noticed some pages take, I'm going to use this box as an example, this much space. And honestly, you do not need that much space for a headline or even a sub-headline. If it is, we will tell you. I'd say this is pretty, that's abundant space for your headline. And most people don't use this actual images as their background or the background of their sub-headline / headlines. Right, I'm going to give an example of the page. Just delete this. That. No. Here's one example. Whoever was working on this, they just put the text there. They'll probably be using an image background, I'm not sure. Or you can just have a solid color like this page has. You have the headline or sub-headline, not sure what that is. And just have a black background behind it. Or here's another example. This is my partners and I headline, and we just put a yellow background behind it. And here's a good example of a sub-headline. This is the National Honor Society page. This is another page my partner and I are working on. What we did is we added an image and put that behind the text. And you can change the opacity or transparency of the text so it looks like if it's there or not, or it's fully, you can clearly see it. You can also change the tint of it, like make it lighter, make it darker, however you want to. You have that freedom with your headlines and sub-headlines. We're not going to tell you what to do on that, but make sure it fits with the page you're doing. No. And I think that's all I really have to talk about as an introduction. Excuse me. Um, and if you're still confused about the whole pica thing, what pica really means is just it's a pixel. It's a pixel. In the case of the yearbook program, when we say flush, we mean just move it towards the edge, like flush it to the corner. Put that image box to the corner. Or can you flush that to the side? We more or less mean to flush it towards this blue line, this blue border right here. Um, Other things I have to address. I'll make another video about these buttons here. I'll also go over about what it means, what all of these means. That's all I really have for now. I hope this video helps you. 11 minutes long is a long time, I know, but just skim around a little bit. Thanks for watching. Bye.